It's a good, happy color, right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, we're going to go live in the group, and I'm going to go ahead and start recording.
I'm going to mention to hop onto our channel.
Okay, I'm going to make sure I put you as a co-host too.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Dr. Sean. All these fun clicks. Okay, everybody, welcome. My name is Debbie Zito, and we have not had the pleasure of meeting. It's so nice to meet you. I see some of these faces I've seen before. Some of you may be listening in live on our channel. I'm so excited, and I can't believe it's already April time. And I'm going to go ahead and take a little second and share the screen and welcome you all. Like I said, I'm coming to you from Southeast Georgia, and it is in the 80s today, and I'm so excited because it is beautiful. And I've got my co-host, Dr. Neil Goodman, and Dr. Sean McKee with me today. And I'm going to go ahead and share. Okay, so welcome to How to Buy a $1 Million Home. We're going to teach you everything you need to know about buying $1 million homes. How many of you out there own one of these beautiful homes? Not me.
Am I on the right Zoom?
I had to do one April Fool's. Just
It
one.
looks like a hotel to me. Is that April Fool's Day?
Oh, it's April Fool's.
That's good.
Everybody's
I haven't had
like,
one of those
oh
yet
my
today.
gosh.
Thank you.
How many people did we already lose, right?
Tracy, I think you've got some cows in that front yard, don't you?
Well, you know, I would be happy about that. Actually, my dream would be the RV sitting in the back of the trees so that Mike and I can just go. That's our dream one day. Not one of these fancy smancy homes. Okay, but welcome to April. Let's try to share this again and see if we can do this a little bit better. So, if you all are logging in for the first time, this is the first Monday of the month, and what we love to do is talk a little bit about your business, how to get started. So we are LifeVantage. We're not the show about buying $1 million homes. We are LifeVantage, and we are a fun group of people. And we're so thankful for Dr. Sean McKee because Sean created this wonderful little group in LifeVantage called Team Synergy. And I really don't think she could have picked a better name for our team because it's all about synergy. The people on this team, the amazing personalities that synergistically work together. God gave us all our individual gifts, and I love to see how they all work together for good. Same thing for our products. And when you get started in LifeVantage, I know it's just so much, right? You have to know that you have this wonderful group of people that believe in you and know that you can do it. So don't get overwhelmed. Some of you I know hopped on this call last month and you're probably already going, I still don't know where to start. So sometimes hearing it second time around makes it a little bit easier. And just remember, you guys, as you go, just have fun. Just enjoy this because it truly is something to fill your soul. The way that you touch people's lives, the way these products change lives, and we all just fly together. Okay, that's what makes it more fun. We all mess up together, we grow together, we learn together. So tonight, so you're not confused, let's just go over a few simple things. How you get started with LifeVantage. For those of you that joined us last month, we talked a little bit about what's the first thing you have to know. And then we'll talk a little bit about earning an income with LifeVantage, but I would encourage you to join us same place on the same Zoom this Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, because we're so blessed to have Gabe Pearson, which is a presidential executive in our family, who started last month the beginning training of kind of learning a little bit about the Evolve compensation plan. And he's going to step into the second phase this Wednesday. So we're not going to dive into much of that tonight because he's going to share with us Wednesday night and then talk about sharing. We're going to talk a little bit about how we've kind of simplified how you share this process with people. So, Dr. Goodman, I know Dr. Neil Goodman, I've been blessed to practice with for over 20 years, and we are so blessed to have both he and Dr. Sean McKee on our science advisory board. But tell us, Dr. Goodman, what are a few of the things that you love about LifeVantage?
Well, what's not to like? I mean, obviously, the company has its history and its background based in science and published studies. So that's super important because I was not going to get behind or be a part of any company that did not follow a scientific regimen and had backing in that regard. They had lots and lots of patents. In fact, they had 7 US patents, and I think 3 more on the way, and they have 6 international patents. So this was super important also because that means that they have standing in the world and that their work is recognized by governmental agencies. Then on top of it, it's a publicly traded company. This is not a private enterprise. Their books and their methods and their finances are open for everyone to scrutinize, and they're doing very well on the NASDAQ. They are traded publicly, as I mentioned, and they are free of debt. So that gives them a lot of flexibility to investigate things that a lot of other companies can't do. They have no debt. And to be honest with you, also, they use that funding for public social causes. They help to build homes. They help to establish and help with orphanages in third world countries. Everyone is involved in this company. And then they use plant-based activation science, which is what is one of my favorite things because I'm very interested in epigenetics and how plant and nature's pharmacy, God's pharmacy, interacts with our body to make us feel better. This is a perfect home business. I mean, anyone can do it. You can do it from home. You don't need to have an office. You don't need to manage any supplies or materials. Really, it's just a matter of talking to people and speaking truth. And because of that, it's a great home business. So you can fit it in the wee hours of the day and you can make it anything that you want it to be. And the other thing is I'm surrounded by positive people. So positive people make me positive. You know, they say that you're like the 5 people that you hang around with the most. If you hang around people that are positive, you're going to be positive. If you hang around people that are negative, they're going to bring you down. So I like to surround myself with positive people. So this is a very simple system to follow, and it's skill proof and fear proof, and it's just a matter of how much effort you want to put into it. So perfect for me, and I hope perfect for all of you as well.
Oh, thank you, Dr. G. And that's a perfect segue. You talked a little bit about the science and what we do very simply at LifeVantage. We feel like it's kind of about healing from the inside out and getting to the root causes of things. And very simply, we feel like you have to fix the cell. Get down to the cellular level. You fix the cell to get well. You fix the cell to age well, to be well, and to live well. So that's why Dr. Goodman was talking about epigenetics. We are a cellular activation company, and we're all about flipping on switches. So your cells can be energized. We can neutralize bad things like free radicals and all the damage that it causes to our cells. We help get rid of yucky bad cells with apoptosis, and we revitalize ourselves. So who doesn't want to, live this long, beautiful life? Ultimately, it's about taking care of you and your family and being strong. And Lord knows there's a lot of stuff we're up against. So why not, take control of your health and feel better? And that's the cool thing is you get to feel better and along the way, have this wonderful company and help people. So think about your business as helping, not only energize and revitalizing your family's health, but your friends and family that you care about. So we have lots of products, and I would say this, I would focus on what you're taking. Learn a little bit about what you're taking because that's easy to talk about, right? So if you started with the collagen and the Tri-Synergizer, just go to the LifeVantage website, go to those products, and under that product specifically, if you look on that page, there's the ingredients, there's frequently asked questions, there's information about some of the studies, there's some pictures on there. So just start with what you're taking. And I would encourage you at some point to expand your product inventory, because if you're like me, I love to talk about what I believe in. And I'm so blessed because honestly, every single one of these products have worked for me. So it's easy to talk about. I had to start with, though, a few things and learn about those well and expand on them. So I would encourage you, start with the products that you're taking and expand from there and add to your product line. So what do we do? What do we do first? So think about this and write this down. If you had to say right now, why did you partner with LifeVantage? Why did you partner with us? There had to be some reason. Did you just, was your health failing? Did you think, goodness, I really could use an additional business, something to help with my family's income. It may be little things like I remember the presidential executive in our company, Gabe Pearson, he and his wife Jill just wanted to help keep their children in the school they were currently in. But I think it's important to know your why, because that will motivate you, and your why will change over time. I always should share this beautiful picture of me, and I know the lighting's not the same, but you know what I see the first mommy in 2017? I was so tired. I was stressed. I was overwhelmed. I love what I do. I love the people, but life was just taking its toll on me. I was just worrying about unnecessary things, and I was so thankful, that LifeVantage came into my life, that I sat down one night and talked to Dr. McKee about what she was doing, and it literally has changed everything in my life. So, think about your why. Mine was my health. And I remember Sean and I were talking about this the other night, the first night we talked, and I was trying to remember everything she said to me, because I said, I don't even think you talked about the business, because we talk about the whole story. And she said something to the effect, and I think, Sean, you can answer too, like, maybe you'll really love this, and maybe you'll find something that could help your patients too. And I remember thinking, I'm sure when she said that, because if you talk about the people that I care about and want to help heal, you've got my attention. So not only did she catch my attention with helping me with my health, but maybe I had something really great that I could help people with that definitely caught my attention. So whatever caught your attention with us, what do you want to do with it? Do you want to jump in and just fly with the company? Wow. I mean, there are so many resources and so many people there to help you with that. Do you want to just kind of walk lightly? I was helping a new customer sign up the other day, and she's like, well, I'm not really interested in the business, but, I do have a health and wellness business maybe one day. And I was like, well, that's great. Wherever you want to start. So write down your why, and just know that you've got people to help you along the way. We've got daily method of operations and things that you can do each day. We really do want to make sure with the side business for you, if you want it as a side business or full-time business, know that we can help you with those little steps. So when you join LifeVantage, you should have received an email. If you have not, get with one of us or call customer service, because there was an email that welcomed you to LifeVantage, and also gave you a LifeVantage consultant ID. It's a number. I had to count it. It's like 6 numbers, but you want to know that number. Jot it down. I have it saved in the contacts under LifeVantage under my phone, because you want to know that number, because that's that consultant number you use to log into your website, into your app that we're going to tell you about, and when you call customer service. So speaking of your website, I don't know if you all have had a chance to log into your website, but you just go to lifevantage.com, and in the right-hand upper corner, you can see in this picture on the left, there's a little person icon. Click on that, and you're going to log in with that ID. First thing I want you to go to is your settings. And when you go to your settings, you're going to click through all of the things in the picture on the right. It starts with your personal info. Make sure that's right. Maybe your email isn't even right in there. That's happened to some people. Set your preferences for the language and how you want to be notified. I would check all those boxes because you want to get information from LifeVantage. They don't inundate you. The other one is, would you like to get emails from your upline? I promise you, you don't get many of those because I'm not very good about them. Dr. Goodman has about 42,000 emails in his, so I know he doesn't probably want to do another email. So just make sure, that's the truth. I see you laughing. The first time I saw his emails, I said, I about had
Debbie,
I
I hate to tell you, I have more than 42,000. I have over 750,000 emails that I have not answered. Most of them have never been answered or checked because I can't answer all of those. And I never delete anything. I've got them going back almost
That's the
20 years.
truth. Okay,
Just because I'm
so
afraid to
wouldn't you
delete something.
recommend to save maybe LifeVantage as your favorites? Please do
It's
that.
my
I know
favorite.
Dr. Goodman, I made him save my email as his favorite, and make sure you got LifeVantage in there. So, make sure you check on that because we don't send many, but when we do, we want to make sure you get them. So you can also upload a little picture with your avatar. There's Sweet Mary Axness. We helped her get her beautiful picture in there. We had a couple the other day that wanted to do their family together. So they have a picture of them together on there, and they just share their family website. So anyway, so go to there, put your business website. Oh, also you can change it. Mine is I signed up under Zito Medical Services, but I changed my website to my name, debbiezito.lifevantage.com. So you can change your website to whatever you want. Okay. So next thing, this is so important. Please set up your subscription. I know it's a little confusing when you sign up because you pick a pack and then choose a stack, and you get to decide, do you want it on today's order, on your monthly order? So a lot of people are worried when they check both of those that they're going to be charged for both. But what happens is they never set up their monthly subscription, and I promise you, you don't want to be without your products. So if you have not set up your subscription, go, just like I said, log into lifevantage.com. In the right-hand corner, the drop-down menu will say subscription, and go ahead and set up your monthly subscription. You can, at any point, change the address it's going to. You can change your credit card. You can change the date that it comes, because we have certain dates it comes each month, but make sure, so we just say set it and forget it, okay? And you can add, like I said, you can add to it at any point. Sometimes I go, oh, I'm out of this Axio, so I just go into my subscriptions and I add it there. So I make sure it comes to me each month. Know that as a consultant for life, you receive 20% off of any order, not just your subscription order, any order during the month. So if you need something in the middle of the month and your subscription already was sent to you, you can go in and order anything else, and you'll always get that 20% off. So you've got your LifeVantage back office, and you've got an app. Dr. Goodman, would you mind just telling us a little bit about the app? What you do from there?
Yeah, I mean, the app is pretty incredible. I mean, half the time I don't even have to go to my laptop. You'd sign in with your app just like you do on the website with your ID number and your password, same password. And then you have a dashboard, and within that dashboard, you can see everything that's going on within your LifeVantage business. You can see when your subscriptions shipped, but you can share information. You can share videos. You can share carts that you might select for a friend or somebody that you're trying to help out. You can even enroll somebody just from your app by sending them your enrollment link, as well as your website link. All you need is your phone and access to your list of your current contacts, and then it allows you to import them in, or you don't have to if you don't want to. You can do them manually, but it just allows you to do so much, and you don't have to have your laptop with you. You could be anywhere in the country, or essentially anywhere in the world, and still conduct your business and know where you stand. So I find it very, very, very useful, and it's constantly getting better. Also, it allows you to communicate with either a phone call or a text message, but it doesn't even have to be from your actual phone. It will do it through a virtual phone number that masks your real phone number if you choose that you don't want to, have them have your actual cell phone number. So it allows you a lot of different options.
Okay, that's awesome. So you can pretty much do everything except, like I said, if you want to order something, you have to log into lifevantage.com. Okay, commissions. So are we experts at the new Evolve compensation plan? I will tell you this, that we are all learning this new compensation plan. And I will tell you, I just did my taxes, was doing all my documentation. And I will tell you that the new compensation plan made a significant difference. And I didn't, until I actually put all the numbers down, I realized, wow, similar volume and different things, yet there was a big income difference. So I know the new Evolve compensation plan, which is, by the way, the only time they've ever, in all the years, 15 years or so of LifeVantage, they've ever changed this compensation plan. And ideally, they did this for our benefit. And I will tell you that it's wonderful. When you all, let me see if you can see this. Let me get right here. When you all join LifeVantage, kind of blends in my background, sorry, but it's an Evolve compensation booklet. You can see it better here. So make sure that you take this booklet and go through it, because
Hey, Deb, I think we're just still seeing your share screen, hon.
okay, you see, oh, I'm in the upper hand corner. That's why it's hard to see. But there's a little Evolve compensation plan booklet. When you get a chance, go through that, because it's really, really good. And it's also online, and I'm going to show you where you can find it in a minute. But basically, we have this great hub. It's called hub.lifevantage.com. If you can jot that down, this is so great. It has so many tools in there. And let me click on it and show you. When you go to the hub, it is an online source. It's off of social media and that's connected with LifeVantage. And I try to go through here each week, because all of the latest news is on there, the product promotions, sales incentives, events and recognition. Go through one at a time. The first one that I would go to is the training. So the bottom middle of the screen, go to training, and there's an onboarding and getting started. I'm going to go over to this resource library, because in here is the Evolve compensation plan. So the booklet that I showed you, there's a great set of consultant path videos. If you get a chance to try to listen to these, they're very short videos before Wednesday night when Gabe Pearson presents. He's going through at least a 4-part series where he's going to go through these and show us how how by sharing our products and our company, we earn in the compensation plan, how we can get fast track bonuses. You that are brand new to LifeVantage have this wonderful new period where you can earn additional income with LifeVantage if you want to jump on that fast track and build a network of people. And then we're going to learn as your team builds and grows. That's another way that LifeVantage will compensate you. And then what happens over time is your team really grows. You sort of get into a leadership role. And so they'll show you how basically evolving through each of these parts of the compensation plan and building your network, you are essentially building a very big and well-established business. So I hope that makes sense. And that call is going to be Wednesday night, the 3rd. It's same time as tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time, 6 o'clock Central. And he'll, like I said, go through these plans. So if you get a chance to go to hub.lifevantage.com and go into the training and listen to those videos, if you're like me, you'll have to listen about 600 times and then maybe it'll sit in. But that's what I love to do. I just love, and sometimes I may be out for a walk. You could be on the way to work, and I just listen to them then. Basically, our compensation plan is built upon volume, products that move in and out of your business each month. And there are ranks in LifeVantage according to how your volume in your company group increases. So there are 15 ranks in LifeVantage. We all begin as a consultant and eventually move up to a presidential consultant. And you're recognized along the way for each of these rank advancements. Now, the goal, as with any compensation plan, you have to have, first of all, nobody pushes you or tells you you need to do anything at all. Please remember that. This is move at your own pace. When you're ready to start earning some compensation plan, there are parts of the plan that you need to know about. First of all, like I said, everything is based on volume. All the products have a volume related to it. So the volume of sales that you have each month will vary, right? Depending on, what subscriptions your customers are on, how many new subscriptions you get to your, to your business, or new consultants, that will vary. But in order to start earning an income with LifeVantage, you have to have a base volume of 150 sales volume. Okay. So what does that mean? So each product comes with a volume. And if you look, you can also on lifevantage.com, you can look at all of the products and the volume it comes with. So you have to, in order to get qualified to make commissions, you have to have a sales volume of 150. Many of us, just by the products that we take in our family, meet that volume. Okay, so look at the products you're taking, look at the volume. You can also see, like Dr. Goodman said, on your app and also in your virtual office under qualifications, you can see where your volume is at any point. But you have to be at 150 to start earning commissions. And then everybody will at some point need to, as their rank increases, hit a volume of 300. So I remember when I really started building my business, it took about a year and a half for me to really get going and realize the beautiful gift I had in my hands. I looked at this and getting into profit mode. I said, okay, so my goal is to have a 300 sales volume. Well, I knew 150 of my own, product purchase counted for that. So I said, well, I knew I had a couple people in my family that wanted to purchase. So very quickly that added up. And this is an example, added up to 300, excuse me. So this is an example. So let's say each month you take the Healthy Glow Stack, which is a bottle of Protandim Nrf2 and 30 days of collagen. That's 150 sales volume. And well, actually the consultant, which has an extra 10 bottles, that is immediately 150 sales volume. And my sister, Suzanne, she wanted to take the collagen too, and she wanted to expand her Protandim line to the Tri-Synergizer. Well, that was 220 sales volume. So just between my order and my sister's order, I was already qualified at that 300. So in your Evolve book, in that hub, in the tools at lifevantage.com, this I would print. It's the Evolve Compensation, the consultant path. I would print that and just whatever, put it in your briefcase, put it on your bulletin board, because it goes over those 15 ranks. And you'll see the second row down, the sales volume requirement to start earning commissions up until consultant 1 is 150, and then a consultant 2, which has a 500 in group sales that month, it goes to 200, and then all up, as soon as you get to a senior consultant 1, it's 300. So ideally, your goal should be a 300 sales volume.
And can I interject for a second?
Yeah.
Deb, I was just going to say, if you go back to that screen for a moment, we have some people that are in our brand new organization who are already approaching senior consultant 1. And so therefore, if you look at that line, this second line, and you go take it all the way to the right, you'll see that even the people that are already presidential consultants have that same requirement, 300. So I try to encourage people to think like a presidential consultant at the top level of the company. If they only need 300, well, you only need 300. So it's really the same with the exception of the first 4 ranks. So honestly, in order to maximize your getting paid and getting a commission, you don't want to miss out on that opportunity. And 300 is really an easy target to hit, especially if you're using Tri-Synergizer or any significant number of products and sharing them with your family. That's a very easy thing to do. So I would just say, just use 300 as your number.
There you go. That's what I wrote down. That's what I've got on my big bulletin board, 300 sales volume. Okay. And please know if anybody has any questions, we're going to finish in just a little bit, and then we can all jump in because we want to make sure all of your questions are answered tonight. Okay. Goodness, there are so many bonuses and promotions and incentives out there. It's just beautiful, really. Like I said, you're brand new to LifeVantage. There are fast track bonuses that are available where you can earn additional money. There's rank advance. I mean, there's in the Rise era advanced gifts right now. Basically, it's just when you build your business, LifeVantage rewards you. And so they reward you in many different ways. It may be additional money, it may be gifts, it may be a Jeep, it may be the Growth Summit, where at the beautiful base of the Wasatch Mountains, the LifeVantage towers are there. They are beautiful. The building is beautiful, and literally you look out the window and see these mountains. And when you hit one of our big ranks is MC1, a managing consultant 1, and you maintain that for a couple months, they will fly you out there for free, and you get to just be taught by the best of the best and just kind of rub elbows with corporate. And a managing consultant 1 has a group sales volume. Remember, everything is based on volume of 10,000. So that's our growth summit. And when you hit MC1 and maintain that for a couple months, they will send you out to Utah. So in South Africa, they have this beautiful destination trip. They always have a destination trip each year. Early next year, it's going to be South Africa. So that's another beautiful trip. Okay, so let's talk about Dr. McKee. Let's see what she's.
I'm here as you.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right.
I log in your account.
So we've talked a little bit, Dr. Sean, right, about how you get started and a little bit about the compensation. And honestly, we all know you'll learn the compensation as you go. I would suggest after that first month, you may get an email that says congratulations, you've received a commission, and at that point, get with one of us or your enroller, and we'll get into your back office with you and kind of show you where the commissions come from. It makes so much more sense at that point rather than us talking about it. But people always want to know, how do I share? And Dr. Sean, I thank you every day for sharing on social media. I know some people don't like social media at all, but if you wanted to take just a few minutes and give us some ideas on how to share, whether we're on social media or off. I would love that.
Okay, well, let's start with social media. And most of us, dabble into one or two platforms like Instagram or Facebook. I started with Facebook, and I just use Instagram because my stories go from Instagram to Facebook. So I figure I'm doing two things at once. But I'm not a real big Instagram person, even though, a lot of people love it. But in terms of your profile, make sure it's a picture of your face and it's not your dog or your cat or your whole family, because people want to see, unless you have a Facebook profile that's shared, which is sometimes confusing because then people don't know if they're talking to Bob or Sue, but have your face, have it, a big enough picture where people can see it's you, and your about should never say LifeVantage consultant or anything like that, because you're not just a LifeVantage consultant. You're so much more than that. You know it, and just talk about who you are and what you love. Like, I'm a mom. I'm whatever. I'm a physician, and have something there that can really just let people get to know you a little bit. And then if you're posting a story, which may be a before and after photo that you were wowed by, you can post that as a Facebook story or an Instagram story or both at the same time. And eventually people who follow you you do that often enough in your stories. Those are things that people kind of choose to go look at. So they're what's the word? They're stalking you. They're whatever, they're stalking you, but in a good way. And anything that you post in general should be value, something you find funny, something you find educational, something you find surprising, something you find interesting, educational, in general, not LifeVantage related. These are just you being you and posting value on your social media so that people want to follow you, because when they follow you, they learn things, they laugh, they get surprised. And then if you have something like every once in a while, 90% of your posts should be just like that, just you. But every once in a while, if you want to do a curiosity post or a story post about, something that you saw in someone. Oh my gosh, I saw my friend, like, this is a great story. It's in this chat right here. Luke looked at the Zoom screen and said, "Oh my gosh, is that Debbie Zito?" When he was looking at Debbie, because she's just literally aging backwards. Her hair is growing longer, it's shiny, her skin looks fabulous. And you can just share that story on social media. And you don't have to say anything about LifeVantage or Protandim or liquid collagen or True Science or the new skincare. You just something that makes people lean forward and want to know more, because the conversation is where you can really get to know someone and learn what kind of needs they have in their life. What are they lacking? What do they want more of? What do they want less of? And then you just ask if they're open to looking at a solution. And one of the ways that we let them see what we have is using these tools that we have. So the first thing where you say, are you open to learning about something that can help you? I think I have something that can help you. Are you open to taking a look? Are you open to checking it out? That's the invite. You're asking if they want to look at what you have. Would they like to come to your party? It doesn't have to be your collagen party. It could just be a figurative party, your information party. You are inviting them in the door to take a look. The tool is how you show them. In other words, I always say, don't be a tool, use the tools. Because if you start to say, oh, it's collagen, it activates your SOD and it doubles your skin collagen volume. And yes, it does all that. But facts are just kind of like people will glaze their eyes over. You really want to point to a tool. You want to be like the pointer, like a dog, like a pointer dog pointing to the pheasant. And that's by using a tool like a before and after photo, a post in our amazing group, Vitality for Life. And then the second T in invite tool team is the team. And that is letting your person have their questions answered by someone who's not you, because to your friend, you are not the skincare expert. To your friend, you are not the Nerf 2 expert. You've never been. So no man is a prophet in his own town, right? So remember to have the expert, the prophet, the other person who's not you answer their questions. So best way to handle that is to say, hey, that's a great question. I'm going to connect this with my friend who told me about these products, or who told me about this, or who knows a lot more than I do about this, and we'll get that answered. I've seen some stories and I love to learn more. So, and then you connect them in a three-way messenger or a three-way text, or you can text, Dr. Goodman, Debbie, myself, Mary, whoever, and say, hey, I'm talking to a esthetician. I'm talking to a cardiologist. I'm talking to a dog groomer. And I showed her this tool and she saw it and she's wondering, blah, blah, blah. Introduce them. So we basically introduce the two. You compliment your friend, say, Mary's a great dog groomer, or Sally's a great dog groomer. She, made my dog look like $1,000,000. And I was talking to her about our collagen, and she's been using powdered collagen. She's wondering why this is better. And then let your teammate do the answering. Okay, so that's the ITT system.
Okay, why is it better?
Why is it better? Oh, why is the collagen better? Who asked that?
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Oh, is
It's-
that Linda?
Yeah, it is. I didn't know you could hear me.
Heck yeah. Who's this?
Okay,
You see.
because
Hey,
I was,
Linda.
Linda?
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
so great.
All right.
Can you
Well, I'm
see
not gonna
Can you-
answer your question. I'm gonna introduce my third party validator, Dr. Goodman. No, I'm not. I'm actually gonna introduce Kim, because Kim knows a little bit about the collagen. So Kim,
Okay.
this is Linda. Linda is an amazing new consultant. We met in Miami. This is Kim. She is a principal. She's amazing. She's been with the company, gosh, 2 years, 3 years?
Maybe I don't even. I joined in November. That's what I know.
Okay, maybe 2 years, 1.5 years. So Kim, why is our collagen better than powdered collagen?
Well, your body absorbs liquid much better, and this is a much higher quality collagen than any of the powdered collagens that you can get online. I'm still learning, so I am soaking up everything that everybody is saying, because I do have this whole other world that I am involved in. So I jump on these so that I can continue to learn. So, but that's what I know. I can tell you that my husband also takes the collagen, and within less than 6 months, he went to breakfast with all of his friends that he had not seen in a long time, and every one of them commented to him on how amazing he looked and how it had completely changed his skin and his face and everything about him. So that's kind of what I use is his story that he has. So
And that's such a beautiful illustration.
Perfect.
Remember I said facts tell and make people's eyes glaze over? Stories are what sell, because people can see themselves in that story or see someone that they're thinking about in that story. And thank you, Kim, for illustrating that beautiful concept of whenever you can, share a story. My son is a competitive shooter with the United States Pistol Shooting Association, and he takes all our products. He takes collagen, he takes the Tri-Synergizer, he takes the Omegas, he takes the probiotic, but he hadn't been taking the IC Bright, which is our eye product. And one day he was going for a major match, and I said, hey, you should take this IC Bright product because it increases visual processing speed and contrast resolution. He's like, really? I said, sounds like that'd be pretty important in a shooting sport. He goes, yeah, I'll try it. So he took it. He said, he came back, he goes, I did the best I've ever done in a major match. And I said, wow, how about that? Now, that story says a lot, so it's kind of picture was worth 1,000 words. A story is worth 1,000,000,000 words. So remember that. But great. Thank you for asking that, Linda. It was great, even though you didn't know you were asking it out loud.
I was going to interject something as well, since the question came up, and I'm not going to answer the question specifically about collagen, but I want to answer the question about the validation and the team. This happened exactly as I'm going to explain it to my wife. My wife loves shoes. She went to a shoe store and she was trying on a number of different pairs of shoes. And she was asking me, what do you think about this shoe? And I said, oh, that's nice. Honestly, I don't really want her to buy a bunch of shoes. They're quite expensive and so forth. So I'm going to be, oh, that one looks very nice, honey, hoping that I'll just get by with just one pair, right? So anyways, someone else in the store, not even a saleswoman, comes up to my wife and says, that pair looks marvelous on you. And she says, oh, do you really think so? And she says, yes, it looks very good on you. And she has nothing to do with the store, nothing to do with me. My wife says, okay, I'm going to get those pair of shoes too. So that's an example of third-party validation, right? Someone that is completely unrelated to, they have a disinterested party who basically says to the person, hey, that looks really good on, validates the sale, and then she goes and she completes the sale and buys the second pair of shoes. Actually, she walked out of the store with 3 pairs of shoes that day. Very expensive day. So I just want to explain how that technique works, and it does work. So, and then as far as collagen goes, this is a perfect example of going to the page with the information about collagen and finding all of its different benefits and what makes it so unique and different, so that you have that verbiage, you're able to speak to it. And if you don't, then you ask Dr. Sean or me or Debbie Zito or someone who knows a little bit more about it, and let us then give that information. But many of you are gaining that talent right now. So actually, I think Mary could probably give that information as why that collagen is better. But I won't put Mary on the spot. He's like, thank you, Dr. Goodman. Thank you for not doing that to me.
Well, okay, so that is perfect, Dr. Sean. Thank you so much. Just some great little tips on sharing. And that leads us right into, so Dr. Goodman, that was perfect, because it's all about validating too our products, and stories are so important. And now with our collagen and our brand new sort of revived, rejuvenated, upgraded, whatever we want to call it, our TrueScience skincare, which is absolutely beautiful. We are seeing these beautiful 15-minute success photos. So photos are very, very helpful. So where do you find them? Now, I know I want to show you about how it's important to connect. Let me skip on to this one, plugging into LifeVantage, because plugging in, you're able to see all of these tools that we have. So one really cool tool that we have, actually, we have several. If you don't know this, we have an amazing YouTube channel. I'm going to show you that in just a second. Dr. Sean has done a beautiful job, and she also started many years ago. She had so many, she was gathering all of these beautiful success stories. So she thought, you know what? Why not put all these success stories in one place? And so she created this Facebook group. It's an educational Facebook group. And I know you may not love to be on social media, but the advantage of maybe just being on there and being in this group is that you can be a story gatherer. So you can go to there, copy those, send them to your friends. They don't have to be on Facebook. So that group is called Vitality for Life. And it's an amazing group. And I'm going to show you in just a second that group. But this is our YouTube channel. It's the little yellow activator, and there are videos on there of success stories and educational stories. There's Dr. Goodman on there teaching us about the collagen, about NRF2 activation. There are opportunity videos. There's a little bit of everything on there. So that's a great resource. It's the Little Yellow Activator channel, and then the Facebook group. Now, how do you connect with us as consultants? So we also created a team consultant group. So make sure you get with whoever enrolled you so they can tell you a little bit about that group. Remember, we respect everybody's privacy. We try to celebrate people on there. We try to give you little updates of what's going on in LifeVantage, just like tonight's meeting, so make sure you know about the team. It's just consultant group, but especially the educational group, y'all. This is wonderful. It's Vitality for Life, activate the best version of you. And then LifeVantage does have a US consultant group that's great if you want to be on there too. So now, one really cool thing, there on Vitality for Life, there are so many stories. So the best way to group them was to do them in super posts. For example, let's say I know Doc Tracy is our veterinarian on our team. So Doc Tracy is gathering her own personal testimonies with her patients right now, and some of her own pets. She's a story gatherer on how activation is working for the amazing animals that she loves. But let's say she wants to connect someone specifically to maybe an equine or a horse post. So Dr. Sean has clustered those together. And if you can take a screenshot of this, we have a Google document. And when I click on these, let me see if I can go to that. Hang on 1 second. Let me copy this and show you this real quick. But these super posts are very, very cool. So there are super posts on horses, dogs, skin, hair, weight, axio, energy. So let's say someone, I'm a lactation consultant, so I love to share these people that have had success with breastfeeding. But let's go up to this. We were talking about Doc Tracy, and she wants to look at stories on dogs. So this super post brought me to all of these. And when I click on this dog super post, look how fun this is, you guys. This is going to direct me to the educational page, Vitality for Life, our educational group. I hope you guys can see this okay. It's thinking. Now, what's fun about this? Look, this brought me to a super post with tons of stories of dogs. So when I click on each of these, it will go through these success stories on all of these. Look, there's 40 plus stories about dogs. So I may want to go to one of those and, share this beautiful little story of this doggy. So those are the super posts. And let's say, okay, so let's say Mary Axness. Mary wanted to know about that. So I would invite her to this group. Here's a little invite button where I can invite someone to it. And when you click on the little invite, if you know that person's on social media, you can put their name in there. And let's just put my name, Debbie Sable. May not do it because I'm already in there, but let's say I put my name, my friend's name in there. I can click on them and tag them or invite them. And then once they accept the invitation, then you can tag them in these posts. So let's see. Let's go to Doc Tracy, and I'm going to tag her. I'm going to put the @ symbol. And Tracy, here's Doc Tracy right here. I'm going to click on her name. I put @Tracy, and it pulled up all my friends whose names started with Tracy. Here's Tracy Daniels. That's Doc Daniels. And then here are some amazing dog testimonies. Whoops, I cannot type, sorry. And then now she's tagged in there. So when she goes to Facebook, she'll see that Debbie Zito tagged her in a post, and it'll bring her right to that. So this is why we love these super posts. So let me show you that again. Here's the tiny URL, and let me copy that and put that in the chat. Let's go ahead.
I already did, Deb.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so
Isn't that great, you guys, that we have been able to curate, and this is honestly, I give this attention all to our fearless leaders, Sean McKee, to coordinate and curate this incredible list of all these special interest groups, where now all you have to do is type tinyurl.com/superposts, and it will take you just to literally whatever you want. And then from there, you just go ahead and add, tag, and post, ATP. That's how I remember it. Add, tag, and then post them. And that person will be drawn to that specific article. What can be easier?
right. And then if they're not on Facebook, just download it. Just copy it and paste it in your notes and save it and send it to them. Just say, hey, you know, hey Neil, I saw this beautiful story and I thought, you know, you would be interested in it. So I'd love to share it with you. And then you could just share it with them. So, okay, so let's make sure that we answer all of your questions. I'm going to stop that share. Just know that the first Monday of every month, we try to hop on and we do these simple trainings for new consultants or those of you that have been with LifeVantage for a while and just need a quick update. And then Wednesday, we do our team call. Okay, so feel free to unmute yourself. I think, Mary, you had a question. I see your hand up. Feel free to unmute yourself and
Yeah, if I may go back a little bit about the SV, the sales volume. I was talking to somebody in another country, and they were dead set about not doing network marketing. But my question is, can they just buy the product
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah, we
as
have
a customer?
yes, every person has that choice. We have a 3-tiered pricing system. And the first price is retail, which is a one-time price. Then the second middle price is a customer, and that applies to customers. And then the second price is for customers on subscription, which saves 10% over the retail price.
Right.
And then
Okay.
the consultants save the 20%. Yes. So
What
in
I
fact-
what I suggest, because I didn't do enough research to really affirm, I said I'll check because of some previous associates that were very pushy. That's all I can say. And both of them just couldn't get over it. And so I said, listen, you have a business and it's wellness, just buy the product and you can, and this is in a country that's not listed. For whatever reason, I did not say this yet, but I figured it may be possible. I said, why don't you just use the product first, whether you like it or not? And then I was about to say, find somebody, your neighbor, to sell it, So would that work?
If it's
So,
in a country
I'll
that
just
we're not
answer.
in, only customers can, if LifeVantage is not currently open in that country, we're in 27 different countries, and you can see them all at the bottom. Once you go to your LifeVantage site, it's not the first time you go, it'll ask you to choose your country, but you can select the US flag and see all the other countries. But only customers can purchase outside of that through our what's called a global shipping program that
Okay.
uses a website called myusps.com or myusps.com, I think. And it's basically myuspostalservice.com. And it is a third-party site that offers a US shipping address where they will receive your products from LifeVantage and any other company that you want to order from that's not in your country. And then for a $9.99 a month, I believe, they will ship it to you. Now they charge you to ship it to you as well, but the $9.99 a month is for that US postal address.
Well, I just wanted to interject this because, if you look at me, I'm everywhere but the US sometimes. So my big question is, actually, I'll just share it. Debbie really knows what's going on. They can actually get it from their good friend in the Philippines, and they're only 4 hours away. So just to get them started.
Oh, yes.
So they can just be a customer for
Absolutely.
a couple months, and whoever in between can either, I don't know, ship it to them. But now I'm hearing you say there's a global shipping for people that are a little more remote, correct? Okay, I'll check on that with the company. By the way, I had a lot of frustration trying to figure everything out. And I called the company. They talked my ears off.
They're really
And
sweet.
was so helpful. I just about said, you made me feel like I'm the only one person here. And they said, well, the long and short of it was one of my customer wanted to stop the subscription for a while. And I had no idea she was thinking about something else. So I'm still going to work with her to find out what she ultimately wants. But they both, the husband has a clinic business. So I'm just saying it's almost like endless possibilities that I did not dream of. I guess as long as people like the product, they're gonna pursue somehow.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just a matter of sometimes the price point, what price point. There are a lot of people who will be a consultant just to get that 20% and have no desire to be, you know, in the marketing part of it. And that's fine. I
Okay.
mean, a lot of people just want the price. So if it's a matter of paying for Tri-Synergizer and getting it at 20% off and getting a discount on the shipping, and they don't want to do any part of business, that's great. You know, that's fine. They're a glorified consultant, right? But we're just happy that they're using the product for themselves and their family. And if then if they want to ship it themselves to someone who's in need and they want to send it to Nairobi, Africa, because they have a family relative who lives, you know, on a safari, they can do that. They can
Okay.
absolutely do that.
Okay, that was kind of my question, and I know it seems a little complicated, but you just never know. I
Right.
guess the key was it was Debbie Zito's photo that the wife caught on. And I
I love it.
didn't say a whole lot. I just said, look, my friend, da 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 da. And he said, what is that? And so that's how the conversation got
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
And of course, Debbie knows, little did I know that they become good friends with the people in the Philippines. I guess my point is, I believe God is in this. This is not something I could even come up with. And I hope you all are believers because I already knew before I even started the product, I said, this is a no-brainer.
Right.
Those were my words too.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. I told you these were gifts. These were gifts to share. And then you're in the know and you're helping to bestow that on other people that you love and care for. That's how I see it. So, you know, for some, it's a business and that's great. And then for others, it's a mission.
It's
So,
a mission, and I think it's a destiny with a tool that I feel really good about. And I'm seeing these people. I go, oh my, we've got our own little team here too. So thank you.
Thank
Aw.
you, Mary. You're
Thank
such a
you.
and
gift to this
honestly,
team.
for everyone on this channel, you know, you all can call on us anytime and just message us. And if you're having any difficulty or a question, we want to help you solve it. Okay, so please don't feel like, you know, we won't. Just message us, let us know when you want to talk. And if you're having trouble getting to a website or finding something or getting a piece of information or don't know how to get to that page with all the different things, that's what we're here for.
Mhm.
Yeah, we don't want anyone chasing their tail.
We'll make it, you know, we'll make it happen.
I see, Jason, you have your hand up.
Yes. Hi, we have a question. So since we've lived in Florida since June, I have been going to a new doctor, and she just took on new patients. And so my husband and son just went in too. And she is a medical doctor, but she is also certified in anti-aging and regenerative medicine and functional medicine, which is why I wanted to go to her. So she looks at the root causes of things. And when you go, which they just had their appointments, you have to take all your supplements and they go through everything. And then, you know, they do the blood work, they do testing, and then they'll look at your supplements and they're trying to, well, since they just went, it was actually the nurse practitioner that they saw, but she was very interested in this and wanted to know why we were taking it and wanted more information. And so, you know, we're just new at this. And it was actually Caleb who was trying to tell her, well, I don't know, my parents told me to take it. And so what would be like, you know, they're very busy. And so are there like, what would you recommend? Are there videos we could send that
Yes.
are packed full of, you know, good information that would be quick because I know they're busy. What would
Yes.
you recommend we do to give them a good overview?
So, you know, there's Your Life Vantage website has a page on it that is basically, you go to the bottom. It's called activation. What is activation, or about activation? And you find it by going to your replicated website and scroll down to the bottom under consultants, and it says about activation. You can send that and say, you can learn about activation in less than 2 minutes here. And when you do, I know you're going to have questions. I just got started. I learned about it from 2 doctors and a PA, and I'm sure they would love to talk to you and, you know, share with you how this can help your patients.
Here
Yeah.
you go, Sean.
Debbie's
if
going to
you
show
want.
you where to find it. So this is your website, guys. If you go to your website and watch what Debbie does, you
Right,
can find
so
this
it's-
one video.
You know, my website, we're all lifevantage.com. We're all at lifevantage.com. Now, mine is debbiezito.lifevantage.com. Okay. And everybody's site will look like this. That's the beauty in this. You don't have to do a thing to your site. It all looks the same. When I scroll to the bottom, this is my favorite spot. This is the sweet spot on the page. At the very bottom of the page, these are quick resources about the company, about for things for us as consultants, the events, the sales incentives. So Jason, Amy, at the bottom under consultants, about activation. When I click on this, about activation, here are a few very key videos. Here is our brand new one about activation that you could send to them.
Less than 2 minutes long.
And it's a couple minutes long, right? And when I click on this, now the fun thing is now I'm at that activation video. Whether I'm doing it from my phone or here, I'm going to copy the URL link at the top. And then I can put that in a letter to them. And by the way, we do also have a provider or a doctor letter that you can attach to that. So make sure we can get that for you too.
Hey, Debbie,
Okay.
I might suggest that you go back one page before you send it, because if they want to order, they can do it from the previous page. They can literally,
yeah.
You can't do it. There's nowhere to go from here. So I like the place where you started, because if they want to watch the next video and the next video and the next video, they're right there.
Right
if
here.
they want to go ahead and get started taking the product, they're shopping on your replicated website.
So
If they
about
want to join you as a
activation,
consultant and get the discount, they can become a consultant right there.
right there. Okay, so I would copy and paste that.
Yeah.
This page, okay.
So, yeah.
But I definitely would say, listen, I know you're going to have questions when you watch this, and I would like to connect you with some physician friends of mine who are on the scientific advisory board. I would definitely, when you're speaking with a doctor, you have that you are so, I mean, I hate to say this, it sounds like I'm bragging, but you're very fortunate to be on a team when you're speaking with doctors where you can say, let me get you on the phone with some doctors who are on the scientific advisory board. And that way you're pointing to a tool, which is us, and you're not trying to explain it, and you can get all their questions answered, and we can tell stories, literally tell stories of how it's helped our patients, our friends, and how it could literally revolutionize their practice.
So that's a classic example of this third-party validation that we talked about, like the shoe store story that I told. So your shoe store is, you went to the medical office, and now someone asked about this, and now you're telling about, something that is working for you, or that very interested in your supplements. So what you do is you contact the lady who has nothing to do with the shoes. Me, I'm not inside your doctor's office. And you say, I have a friend who happens to be a doctor and a functional medicine specialist like you, who's very interested in epigenetics and how nutrition affects genes. And he is using these in his practice. I bet you would really love to talk with him. or Dr. Sean McKee, who's a neuroradiologist. That's where you drop the names and you say, hey, listen, let me reach out to them and let's see if we can get them to talk to you at your leisure on a phone call.
Yeah, and you
And,
just
you know,
get
and
a
then you
couple of-
just listen in on the convo.
and you just get a couple of times say, you know, I know you're busy, so and Dr. Goodman and Dr. McKee are busy as well. Could I get a couple of times that might work for you that I can see if they would be available? And then you text us and say, hey, Dr. Sean, you know, I've got Dr. Jones on the phone and, you know, she's interested and she asked about this because, you know, give a little backstory. And then we'll set up an appointment. And then the way you introduce each other to each other, right? Basically, you brag on Dr. Jones first, because that way Dr. Jones' ears are perked forward. You know, I've been to a lot of doctors and never found one as thorough as Dr. Jones. She loves to get to the root cause. Da, 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 da. Her curiosity was piqued when she saw this, and I shared with her the little activation video. And Dr. Jones, then you brag on me so that she has a reason to listen to what I say. Dr. McKee's been on the scientific advisory board with the company for several years. She's been with the company since 2012. She's a neuroradiologist, blah, blah. And then you mute your phone, like Dr. Goodman said, and you listen and you learn the things that you can say when you're helping your future consultants, right? And your friend is learning why they should buy the shoes. and you're not the sales lady or the husband. You're just like, yeah, it made sense to me. I decided to do it, and this is why. You know, point to the
Basically, your job is to point and refer. You know,
Mhm.
basically to point to the source where they can get their information that they need so they can get educated, and you made the connection. And then from that point on, that consultant, which would be me or Sean or Debbie Zito or Mary, if she's does third-party validation at that point, she'll know enough about it, and she'll be a resource also. And then that just helps you. And it's like, see, look, I know these people, and we all know what we're talking about. And then she would be like, you know what? I want to take care of you guys because you guys are in the know. I like what you're doing, you know?
Well,
She would. She's always going to these like seminars and things. So I know she would be really interested. She's always wanting to
Yeah.
learn more. And so yeah, that's very
These
helpful.
are people. I also want to share with you guys never mind. Dr. Goodman is putting together a resource for you all that in, I don't know, 2 or 3 days, a week or whatever, he's going to have a thing that you can text to a number, text the word launch, and every day he'll send you a message for about 9 days that's going to give you these little tidbits. And, you know, Diet, you can ask me for that info, you know, because mine's already ready. But it's just a once a day thing where you're like, oh, that's where that is. Oh, this is what I should do. Oh, this is what I should do today. Oh, and it's just really, it's just little simple guides to work your business, the daily method of operation that Neil talked about. And speaking of Diet, did you have a question? I saw you unmuted yourself a while back. You're probably cooking dinner, Diet. She was walking her dogs earlier. All right, she's probably where she can't talk. Okay. Anybody else have any questions?
Debbie, did you have anything else that you wanted to show in your slides?
I think that's it. That's
Okay,
it.
so just know that we want to do this with you guys every month. This is what it's for, is to educate you and to bring you to the tools and the resources so that you guys can, you know, share, so that you can share and meet new people and also take care of yourselves. And but even if we don't have a meeting and it's not at that time in the month to do this talk, which is very directed and tends to be repetitive, you always have access within our WhatsApp channel to communicate to one another in real time, okay? So I can share, and Debbie can share, and Sean as well, this information. That's why I like the real-time communication, and then why I changed it to WhatsApp. One is it's secure. 2 is I can send you pictures, videos, and various other things that I can't really do with iOS all the time. And then, like I say, it's protected. So that we are just talking with one another, okay, sort of a secure channel. So, but don't ever be afraid that you can't ask a question. We all know who each other are here.
And speaking of questions, Mary has her hand up again.
Mary,
yeah.
you're muted.
Yes. I don't know if it's my personality or I'm so used to, here, take this and everybody will take it. So I've never been rejected before. And I didn't feel bad about this one, but this doctor was really pursuing me and wanted to have lunch. And I brought lunch to the whole company. I don't know if he's, well, he likes to hear himself talk. And he wanted me to look at all he does and wanted me to be his patient. Well, I didn't have any specific needs. So, and then he gave me some time and I share. He literally sat down and gave me some issues that it could help him. And he said, okay, I want to order it.
Amazing.
However, he didn't follow through when I sent him the app. And my goal was, now what do I do?
I have an answer.
We
Please.
just talked about this today.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what you're going to say, Jody, but
Obviously, I'll follow up, but
I would number one, is that person on Facebook? If so, you can invite them to the group, right? That's one thing if they're on Facebook. And if not, we have another way to do it. The other thing I do is I send people this little message. I said, did that link open for you? And if they or this approach, that's one approach. Did that link open for you? And that like jogs their memory. Because people, you start to do something and then swirl and then you forget to come back to it. The other thing you can do is that link is a cart that should open for you. But if you'd rather press the easy, quote unquote, easy button, just send me your address and a picture of the front and back of your cards, and I'll place your order for you. I like to offer that for people because people are busy. And that's the speed of trust.
Exactly.
If he trusts you enough to order what you say, right when you say it, people send me their credit card pictures all the time.
I do have a question now. I don't have a problem with it. I had the feeling not only was he busy, he wasn't thinking. So it wasn't like I feel rejected. My question is, I have had people open that enrollment link and I think they don't know exactly what to order, even though on the app share link, I suggest, you go to this. So I think there may be a little gap there, or am I correct? Because I don't get it.
Well, so
don't know what it looks like.
if you're using the app and you are sharing a cart, you are pointing specifically to a product. Whereas if you send them just to your website, you are just letting them hunt for whatever they want on their own, and they
I
may
think she's
not.
talking about enrollment links.
No, I send them the enrollment link.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's
send them
what
an
I
enrollment link. Yes, it takes them through a couple of different steps. The first thing is they choose their enrollment pack, right?
That's where she's saying they're
And-
getting lost. So I
Right.
think the way to say this is you could get involved with a few of the products, some of the products, or all of the products. I got the big pack because I wanted to try all the products and I wanted to save the most money. That's what I say.
Right.
Well, we
So-
got down to specifically just 2, and that was exactly what he said he wanted. So I don't know how much more I can help him other than that fact that he either didn't want to deal with it for a little while. And I know I'll be seeing him, so that it's not to make me or him feel bad. I'm just going to say, can I order it for you? That would be my next thing.
Or you just do it knee to knee with them and you bring your laptop with you and you walk them through the process and you take them through. Sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you have to do a little hand holding.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
No, I want to be efficient because afterwards I checked myself. I said, what could I have done? Because he was sitting right in front of me lunch hour.
Right.
And I did say to myself, I said, I waited till I went back to the car to send him the link. So now next time, if I have these kind of busy professional, I'm probably going to have the prospect, at least a number right in front of me and literally click, because then he get to see how easy it is too.
Yes.
So I'm
Right.
learning.
That's
Right.
brilliant. The other thing is if they're super busy, like if he's got to go, just grab a piece of paper, say, what's your address? Okay. Is your shipping and billing the same? Okay. Which card do you want to use? And what's your email? And
And you
then,
can put the order in for him and let
Right.
him then, choose that. And the
okay,
last
and I'm
option
gonna order you the
is,
big package.
you can do it via paper. There actually are forms for consultants or customers to sign up on paper. You print it out and they fill it out and you take it and you process it. You put in the information. You literally in your
Wow.
back office, there are the actual paper forms. We still have a paper system that you
Yeah.
can use.
So
And
Yeah,
the
have
some people
resources.
do like that. I could tell some people's office, they still use paper,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
now
We
I'm
can
in,
show you where to find that, Mary. We can show you on your page where you can print those actual customer forms and consultant forms. And it has in there, which are the packs, what are the prices of the packs. They fill out their name, they sign it, credit card number and everything, and you just fax it into LifeVantage and let them run it.
The only problem with those forms is they don't take the payment information on there. So they would have to put their phone number and then LifeVantage calls them to get their payment. That's like
Yeah, yeah, it's a
kind
little
of cumbersome.
two-step.
That's why I just say, hey, I'll do it for you. What address do you want it to go to? Is that the same?
Walk
for-
them through it. There's the
Okay.
form. Just walk them through it and
I have that.
on your own laptop and put it in for them and just commit to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just get their credit card information.
Yeah.
That way-
Presuming that he
None.
had intent to do that and he didn't have
Exactly. I
an
have two
ulterior
people.
agenda, right?
Well, sometimes they just wanted me to listen.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's okay. It's a learning thing for me.
And honestly, you have to also, in this sort of thing where you interface with a lot of people, you have to expect it. You will have people that are going to say no for different reasons. And that's okay because you don't take it personal. You made the offer, you gave a suggestion, you followed through appropriately. And if they decided that that wasn't what they wanted to do, then that's their loss, not yours. And you move on. So, because there's only so much energy that you can expend with that.
That's right. Well, that's
Right.
good. Thank you. Because let's just say my ego was hurt.
Yeah. All of us, there used to be a saying of just get to the no. We want he who
How
gets the
many
most
no's
number
can I
of
get?
no's wins.
Right.
He who gets
Yeah.
the most number of no's, meaning rejections, wins. Because within that, you're going to get plenty of yeses. So don't worry about
Well,
the no's.
it serves me because after I could tell, now he was still texting me, but he want me to engage with him
Yep.
and to listen to him as an audience. I didn't feel bad about that, but I realized if I had his number on the app right there when he was eating,
Mhm.
and so I've lost two people and then they vacillate. I said, wait a minute, let your yes be yes and your no be no.
Just
Yeah,
circle back.
exactly.
Just circle back. Circle back.
Okay.
He's still interested in you and still interested in what you're offering. So until you hear it, no, that I don't want to do that, then
Right.
Exactly.
That's what I say.
Got it.
don't be
Okay.
afraid.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Whew. Wonderful, wonderful connecting.
Well, thank you.
Those are great stories. I got to tell you, I mean, you've approached some people, you expressed an interest, they expressed an interest, and you completed this process, right? But I'm going to tell you, oftentimes, don't forget that third-party validation. Don't forget that you do not have to do it yourself. Even though you, Mary, have a degree behind your name in this field, as I do too, oftentimes I cannot present it to another doctor because they will not accept the information from me. They will accept it from someone else who's not me.
He's got to have the lady in the shoe store present it.
Yep, you need a lady in the shoe store.
Yes. And I think it's just different personality. Like, for instance, I will tell you this story. My husband had rotator cuff injury. Whatever I give him was always temporarily. And recently, I would say the last 6 months, he wasn't able to sleep on his right side, which faces me. So he has to face the other side. So I said, that's not okay. You got to try this. Well, when he did, that was the first thing he noticed. He's able to sleep on his
Oh,
right side.
fantastic.
That's
Isn't that
excellent.
great? That's
But
awesome.
again, personality. I said, now won't you tell this person? Because I asked him. He said, nope. I said, you rascal. So I said, is it okay I tell? He said, okay. Then he said, yeah, come to think of it. So different personality, I think, because
That's right. That's right.
I'm a straight shooter. I'm very direct, and he enjoys seeing me doing it. And
Mhm.
these guys get a chuckle.
Good.
Yes.
I'm so
Well,
glad.
you'll
I'm
have
so
a
glad
perfect
it's serving you.
teamwork. I know with my husband, Mike, I mean, Mike just, when Mike's, here he's a teacher and he's a golf coach. He loves to golf. And when he saw what these products did for his tendonitis, he was like, this is amazing. And I've had so many Mike stories, but Mike is not comfortable because all the time he comes home, he says, my friend said this, he's out there, people are whining about their ailments. And I said, did you tell him? He goes, well, I said, but now he's so good about this. He'll say, dude, I just can't believe you're sitting here talking about this, and this. Wait till you hear my story, but you have got to talk to my wife about this. This stuff is
There you
awesome.
go.
This stuff has changed my life. But Mike would be very uncomfortable saying, because Mike's a consultant too, he'd be very uncomfortable saying, hey, I have this great stuff I'd like to sell you. I mean, he just isn't going to do that, but he will tell people, you have got to look at this. This stuff is so great. I'm going to give you my wife's number, or if it's okay, I'm going to have her contact you. It is amazing. He has no problem with that. So now it's teamwork and it's comfortable for him. And I love talking about the product, so it works.
I think it's a guy thing.
Yeah. Jason, are you
Anyway,
that way?
thank you. I got a lot out of this, so I appreciate it, and I definitely will invite for sure one person coming on this Wednesday, right?
Right.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So Debbie, you want to reintroduce the idea that, again,
Yes.
Gabe
Jason
Pearson
was
is going
going
to
to
be
tell
talking.
us something. Are you that way too?
A little more than Amy is, yeah.
There you go. Well, it's teamwork. We all have our gifts, right? That's what it's synergy. So this Wednesday night, Mary, is a consultant call about the Evolve compensation plan. So I know, Mary, you have a new consultant. We'd love to meet her. If she wants to hop on, we're going to talk about the Evolve compensation plan now, beginning every Monday evening. In fact, tonight.
Tonight at 8 o'clock, which is already half hour. I think
Yeah.
it's already probably done.
It's about a 30-minute opportunity meeting that Gabe Pearson and all of us will be starting to do too, just a little bit about the company and the product. So every Monday night at 8 o'clock, the link will remain the same. I think Dr. Goodman posted it in the WhatsApp and the Lance Wallnau group, and we posted it in our individual messenger threads. But he is doing that every Monday night. But goodness, there are a slew of opportunity meetings out there. One is a great Activate YouTube channel too, and I think Dr. McKee may be putting them on our channel too. Just know there are plenty of other resources out there. But Wednesday night specifically is the Evolve compensation plan. We won't talk much about the products. We're just going to talk about how we can build, a very
The next step in
successful
building your
foundation.
business, right?
Yeah.
And also, anybody who has a new consultant, Mary, I would love for you to tag your new consultant in the recording of this video so that she has that background and these are the first baby steps. You don't want to overwhelm somebody that just got started with all of the intricacies of, level bonuses and fast start bonuses and all that. That may be.
So remember now, we want anyone who is a consultant to be in our conversation where we can talk to one another about all of the issues involving LifeVantage, both business and science. And so when we include them as family now, anyone who's a consultant, if you've signed on a consultant, we want them to be part of this family.